Okay, in the spirit of respecting everybody's time, we'll go ahead and get started. It is 4:02. Welcome to the Wednesday, June 24th special meeting of the Newark Board of Education. Ms. Castellon, can you please do roll call?
Yes. President Martinez.
Here.
Vice President Gutierrez.
Here.
Member Zhang.
Here.
Member Wen.
Here.
And Member Rodriguez.
Hopefully he will join us shortly.
Okay.
Thank you. And with that, we move to item 1.3, approval of the agenda. Staff recommends that we approve the agenda as is. If there aren't any questions, I would entertain a motion and a second, please.
I'll make a motion to not make any changes and adopt it as is.
Thank you. Have a second?
I second.
Thank you. Member Gutierrez moves, Member Nguyen seconds. And may I, Mr. Member Zhang, how do you vote?
Aye.
Member Gutierrez?
Yes.
Member Nguyen?
Yes.
And my vote is yes as well. So it passes, motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Ms. Castellon, do we have any public comment on closed session item 2.1?
No, none for closed session.
Okay, thank you.
Can anybody promote Member Rodriguez onto the panel?
I did text him the link, but still nothing.
Does he need to be?
He's actually on the attendee session.
Oh, okay. Ms. Castellon, is that
Yeah,
something
he's
you could do?
promoted. Just.
Oh, there he is. Perfect. Member Rodriguez, can you hear us? You're on mute. If you can hear us, you're on mute. It shows that you're on mute. Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Okay, Member Rodriguez has joined the meeting at 4:04. So the question was just asked if there was any public comment on closed session items, the 2.1, and Ms. Castellon stated there are none. So with that, we will adjourn to closed session where we will be discussing conference with legal counsel regarding anticipated litigation. So we will recess to closed session. This link will stay on. And we will rejoin the same link after we come out of closed session. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Member Rodriguez, I will be texting you the link to the closed session right now.
I will be waiting, highly anticipating that text.
And with that, we reconvene to open session. And I will ask Member Nguyen to lead us in the pledge, please.
Please rise. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance to the
to
flag
the
of
flag
the United States of America,
and to the
the
republic
republic for which it
for which it
stands,
stands, one
one
nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
It's obvious Bowen does not know how to follow.
Okay. Thank you, Member Rodriguez. Thank you, Member Nguyen. Okay. All right. And with that, the item 4 is report out of closed sessions, and we have no reportable actions were taken. So we move to item 5, new business. And the recommended action, which I will ask for a motion. The second is staff recommends the board approve Administrative Regulation 4361.3 vacation leaves accruals as presented or move to bring back for second reading with recommended revisions. So may I have a motion and a second, please?
I move that we accept the staff recommendation for AR 4361.3.
I second.
Thank you. And sorry, Member Nguyen, your vote, please. I'm sorry, wait, I'm way moving. Sorry. Oh my goodness, getting ahead of myself today. All right, and with that, Ms. Castellon, do we have a public comment?
We do not have public comments on 5.1.
Okay, very good. Ms. De La Cruz.
Yes, thank you, President Martinez and members of the board. So this administrative regulation will establish a cap on the accrual of vacation leaves effective July 1, 2020 for the classified management, confidential, and supervisory employees. As you recall, our district audit last June 30th, 2019, it did include a management letter that noted the potential impact to our district for not having a cap. And they recommended that the district create and enforce a cap on the accumulated vacation. We currently do not have a cap. Myself and Executive Director Ms. Saavedra met and conferred with the NUMA president and the representatives from classified management, supervisory, and confidential employees regarding this proposed vacation accrual policy on June 3rd. And because it is effective July 1st, 2020, we would appreciate, and it should be approved by June 30th, 2020. So the administrative regulation 4361.3 is attached and is there for your review. We've also attached board policy 4361 for reference only, but there are no proposed revisions to this policy. And as a result of this process and upon your approval, this new administrative regulation 4361.3 will be added to the 4300 section, which is for management, supervisory, and confidential personnel. So essentially, the administrative regulation, the AR, will cap vacation days to a maximum of 30 for the classified management, confidential, and supervisory groups. And by February 1st of each year, the employees will be notified of their accumulated vacation balances. And by April 1st, their immediate supervisor will work with them to use their excess vacation over 30 days. And classified management, confidential, supervisory, approaching retirement, they'll be required to use their earned vacation days prior to their last day of work. If the classified management, confidential, supervisory employees separate from the district, except for number 4, they will be entitled to receive compensation for accrued vacation. And if the district does not permit the unit member to take their vacation, the amount that they don't take can accumulate for use in the next year or be paid for in cash at the option of the district or the unit member. So that's kind of outline what's in the AR.
Thank you, Ms. De La Cruz. Are there any questions from the board?
Hi, President Martinez. I do have some questions. First one, as I was looking at the current AR, it does, I think at the very bottom, it has a, I don't want to say a start date, it has a different date, but it has the June 24th date, which was the previous meeting. Is that stay as is? Is that normal process, even though it's at this new meeting?
You're referring to the adopted date of June 24? Yes.
Yes.
So we changed it to June 24th because if you approve it today, that would be the adopted date.
Okay.
Today's date.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And then in regards to the language, Is the language recommended by an attorney, or was the language recommended by staff based on the current ed code and laws?
This is in line with our non-management classified unit, our CSCA.
So was the language taken directly from the CSCA policy?
Yes.
Okay, thank
From
you.
the bargaining agreement, very much in line with that. That's what staff's recommending.
Thank you. And again, I'm sorry, just to clarify, my question was I know it's in line policy-wise, but
Yes.
the language specifically is taken from the CSEA?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments from any other board members?
I don't understand where the language from the CSCA. I don't know that CSCA has any policies. They're from the CSBA, from the Board Association. I don't understand that part of the whole thing.
Yeah, the reason for that is they're the classified unit as well. So the classified unit and the management is also classified.
It's the policy. It's not regarding the, so Member Rodriguez, you asked about the CSBA. That, I know last week we had a conversation about the naming convention, if you will. I think that I think, and you could certainly clarify, Member Gutierrez, it was more of the content, if you will, of the actual AR, proposed AR.
Correct. Well, yeah, and then just for clarification, I understand the spirit of the policy. My question was specific to the language. If we have, if it was recommended from staff, if it was recommended from legal, or from what I'm understanding, if we're using the same language as the other bargaining unit, so it can be in line and have the same policy.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, if there are no other questions, Ms. Castellon, would you like to repeat the motion, or would you like me to do it?
Do it. Motion is made to approve agenda item 5.1, Administrative Regulation 4361.3, Vacation Leaves Accrual for Classified Management, Confidential, and Supervisory Employees, first reading by Member Zhang and seconded by Member Rodriguez.
Okay. With that, I will take a vote. Member Nguyen?
Yes.
Member Gutierrez?
Yes.
Member Zhang?
Yes.
Member Rodriguez?
Yes.
And my vote is yes as well. So the staff recommendation, the motion passes unanimously. Thank you. And I will not get ahead of myself in the second one here. Okay, so we move on to item 5.2. Staff recommends approval of the 2021 salary schedule for classified management and confidential employees effective July 1st, 2020. May I have a motion and a second, please?
I'd like to make the motion to approve.
A second.
Member Rodriguez moves, Member Nguyen seconds. And with that, Ms. Castellon, public comment for item 5.2?
Yes, we have 4 public comments.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so let me start with the first one. President Martinez and Board of Trustees, as management employees, we are expected to be seen and not heard. I wrestled with submitting a statement last week and again this week out of fear, but I decided fear was no way to live. Last week, I saw how our board will not rubber stamp things. You want to be educated on the items you vote on. I know you can see 36 days have been added to our work year without any compensation because the daily per diem is lower. I'm sure a good story was given to you despite our hard evidence. although I'm not sure how she can argue mathematics. But the bottom line regarding tonight's agenda item and vote is accuracy. Before you vote to change our work year and hourly wage per diem, please at least correct the classified calendar explanation on the new salary schedule as presented by the CBO. We have explained this for the last 9 months to no avail, and I did try to get this corrected privately, but no one would listen to me. A 12-month classified work year is 244 days plus 16 holidays. It is not 224 days plus 20 vacation days plus 16 holidays. The number of vacation days can vary based on your years of service. You pulled the item last week to ensure you had accurate information, so please vote on accurate information tonight. Lastly, a confidential letter from our attorney somehow got in the hands of a former board member who enabled her to submit a public records request. No one will tell us how that happened. We think that this should cause you great concern as it does us. Respectfully and humbly submitted, Julie Radcliffe. That was the first one. I'll go on to the second one. Good evening, Board President Martinez, Trustee, and Executive Cabinet. Regarding Agenda Item 5.2, New Business 2020-2021 Classified Management and Confidential Salary Schedule, there are representations under background that are respectfully incorrect. Under purpose, the definition of the work year calendar is incorrect. The correct definition of a 12-month calendar is 244 days plus 16 holidays. Vacation days are taken off the total work days. The chief business official states that the proper definition of a 12-month classified employees, including confidential and management employees, is 260 days. This is an accurate description. However, this is being presented to you as a simple oversight and that it resolves itself merely by you, the board, approving this new salary schedule work year is false and inaccurate. It absolutely does not resolve the issue in front of you. The board has received the presentation stating our position. Facts that have shown what we've had been paid for 224 days, no holidays, no vacation. What tangible facts have been presented to dispute this? My statement tonight is to have it put into the record that I assert that nothing has been provided to dispute our claim other than an expensive opinion. You may be asking why I feel so bold as to make this statement, and my response to that is I have asked for the proof all year and have received nothing other than a letter that states an opinion, but nothing concrete to back it up. No documentation, no facts. My colleagues and I continue to pursue this because we had the proof to back up what we were claiming. I'm not sure why the goal isn't righting at a wrong that is not the fault of any current employee of the confidential and management group, executive cabinet, or the Board of Education. It appears to me that the truth has taken a backseat to some in positions of power that need to be right. This is perhaps the greatest disappointment of all to me. Respectfully, Deborah Romero, Human Resources Management and 22-year employee of Newark Unified School District. And the third one I'll go on to. Please take your time and review the 12-month calendar being presented closely before you vote on this item. It is my understanding that all of you were able to see the presentation. Please make sure you have a clear understanding of the 12-month calendar being presented, which is incorrect. I appreciate your thoroughness in the review of this information. It is still being presented inaccurately, and I believe that it should not be accepted in the current state. Based on the information provided, the total number of calendar workdays is correct, but the total compensation is incorrect, as the per diem for these employees will actually be less than it is now. Thank you for your consideration. And the last comment I have for you. Ms. Martinez, NUSD Board President and Trustees, I'd like to clarify a few things. For instance, our meet and confer consisted of all three NUMA groups, which included certificated management, classified management, and classified supervisory groups. It was to discuss the 30-day cap on vacation and the payout to bring totals down below the cap. We were specifically told that it wasn't the 224, 260 issue, which quite clearly has been combined here in the payout release agreement. First, this is a draft settlement communication agreement and release of claims, yet is being presented to you this evening to be voted on. In my mind, a draft is still not completed, but needs to be agreed on by the parties involved. Moving on, it states in paragraph B that per ed code, we are entitled to paid vacation and paid holidays. And in paragraph C, it states that the pay stub reflected an amount of accrued vacation time, but our actual amount of pay is only based on 224 paid days. Therefore, the accrued vacation time in my bank does not have a monetary value to it. Therefore, is not a paid benefit. In paragraph E, it states that the district seeks to stop the questions regarding both holiday pay and the use of non-duty days by adopting and implementing the salary schedule for 260s, which is spelled out as 224 paid workdays, 16 paid holidays, and 20 paid vacation days, which is what we should be receiving per ed code 45197 and 45203. Yet our daily per diem, which is how management has been paid for the past 25 plus years, is now reduced per day when you look at the attached chart of our current rates and the new proposed rates. If we were getting those statutory benefits as identified in paragraph E, our per diem would be increased, not decreased. I don't understand how anyone cannot see that. Also, I'm not quite sure if I understand that if we do not cash out vacation by the end of the school year, they will not be able to receive the 20 days for the new school year on July 1st. After this year of cashing out, if we do not use our vacation and reduce the number of days in the bank by the end of the year, we either lose it or we will not receive the new school year's credit. The agreement has two parts, and if it is written as so, then the 30-day cap on vacation can be on the agreement. Then we can bring back the 224, 260 part of the salary schedule to have it be reworked to reflect the actual ed code, therefore making it an agreement between both parties. I'm disappointed in how we consistently disrespected and not valued, and I'm concerned that in fact, you as the board have actually seen the PowerPoint that was prepared with the facts of what has been transpired for many years, that you too have disregarded NUMA's worth. As a past union president, a representative on the negotiations team, a job steward, a regional representative, a representative of human rights, and an advocate for the rights of our employees, I feel it's extremely disappointing that the district would ask us, the management team, to relinquish our rights to statutory benefits that are clearly stated in ed code. I really hope that you will strongly consider postponing voting on this matter at this time until we can actually agree on how it will be. Respectfully, Susan Condon. And that is the last one.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Okay, Ms. Dela Cruz.
Thank you, President Martinez and members of the board. So this recommendation is to approve the 2021 salary schedule for classified management and confidential employees effective July 1, 2020. We seek to clarify the classified management and confidential employee salary schedule to reflect a work year calendar of 260 days, which includes 224 work days, 20 vacation days, and 16 holidays. So the current salary schedule for the classified management and confidential employees shows a work year of 224 days, which does not reflect the full work year calendar. The definition of the 12-month classified employees work year calendar includes 260 days with 224 work days, 20 vacation days, and 16 holidays.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions from the board?
Yeah, President Martinez, I have a question. Ms. Dela Cruz, can you walk us through the process that has currently taken place in order to arrive at the current pay schedule that is being proposed?
So we've done our due diligence with regards to review and analysis in terms of legal review, and then in terms of working with NUMA, having the opportunity or giving them the opportunity to meet with executive cabinet and listening to their presentation. And since then, we've talked about the agreement or the proposal for the vacation accrual.
So I think two things. We're talking about the salary schedule, not the vacation accrual, right? So I think it's I actually had a similar question, because I think that just for clarity's sake, right, in terms of what we as a board are voting for, which is the definition of the work year, right? You know, in the spirit of you know, our due diligence as board members too, you know, just looking up and the questions I've asked before is 260 the standard, right? Because I think that's the key, is, you know, why clearly there's a salary schedule that doesn't call out the 260 for this particular group. I think there's other salary schedules, and then across districts that 260 seems to be the standard. So I just wanted to kind of, maybe if you could weigh in on that with regard, I mean, it really is the only topic we should be speaking about is the salary schedule. Yeah.
Yes, this 260-day calendar is a standard for classified employees.
With that in mind, and I will repeat my question, because I am asking specifically regarding the process and or negotiation that has been taking place in regards to arriving at this salary schedule. So again, Ms. De La Cruz, if can you just please walk us through the process that has currently taken place to arrive at this current pay schedule?
Well, in working with our legal and the analysis that's been done and the information that we've received, it's all based on what we've reviewed and the conclusions from that.
Okay, and I know that when it comes to specifically the pay, and I know that that when it comes to other bargaining units, it's not the same. This is a completely separate unit. However, has a similar process taken place in regards to a negotiation tactics that would typically be done with other units.
So, okay, so we don't negotiate. I think I'll try to give some direction here, right? We are not bargaining with this unit. So, Member Gutierrez, I think if we stick to the topic of the actual pay schedule, I think is what we need to be speaking about.
I guess the reason why I'm asking is because according to CSBA guidance that I was provided, I was told that when it comes to situations like these and it comes to pay, usually there's still some discussion with amongst the employees. So my question, again, I'm trying to limit it specifically to the process that was followed. And if there was no negotiation because we don't negotiate with this unit, then that's fine. I guess that's just the clarity that I wanted to get is, yeah. Has there been, what's the process that we've taken place? If there is no negotiation because there is no need, then I guess the answer should be, we as staff reviewed it, so there is no negotiation.
And I think maybe it's the verbiage. It's not a negotiation. I think you spoke earlier about meet and confirm. You know, I think if that's the question, you know, that we're asking Ms. De La Cruz is, have we met and conferred, given that from a CSBA perspective and looking at the policy and seeking the guidance, anything that affects any of our staff members' pay or any other benefits, you know, should be brought to the table. And I think that's the question that we could ask of Ms. De La Cruz and Ms. Saavedra is, have we followed our process in making sure that we are following the prescribed process when a change to staff's comp or any benefits was taken?
Yeah, so we've provided opportunities to meet and discuss this issue. My first invitation in December was not responded to. And then we had another request to meet with the cabinet, and we honored that.
Okay, so there's been conversations with this group.
Yes.
We do want to make sure that as a district we are following our due diligence. Ms. De La Cruz, can you confirm that that the district, based on the information that you've received, our district has done their due diligence, and you are confident that we are not exposing ourselves to any current or future litigation?
Yes, I believe the district has done its due diligence and is confident in the recommendation that we're making.
Okay, thank you. And the reason why I ask is, as a board member, we do have to look out for the health of the district. So thank you for that clarity.
Okay, any other questions? Member Jean, Member Nguyen? Okay. All right, if not, with that, I will ask Ms. Castellón to repeat the motion, please.
A motion made to approve agenda item 5.2, 2020-2021 salary schedule for classified management and confidential employees by Member Rodriguez and second by Member Nguyen.
Okay, very good. Member Gutierrez, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Member Nguyen?
Yes.
Member Rodriguez?
Yes.
Member Zhang?
Yes.
And my vote is yes as well. So the motion passes with unanimous vote. Okay. And that is the last item for today's special meeting. And with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. Member Gutierrez moves. Member Nguyen seconds. How do you vote? Ms. Gutierrez? Member
Yes.
Gutierrez? Member
Yes.
Nguyen? Thank you. Member Nguyen?
Yes.
Member Rodriguez?
Yes.
Member Zhang?
Yes.
And my vote is a yes as well. Meeting is adjourned at, sorry, 5:04. Thank you so much.